14 billion. Let that number sink in for just a second. 14 billion. That is the staggering number of images uploaded to the internet every single day. I mean, we are documenting our lives at a scale that is just completely unprecedented in human history. Every amazing meal, every family vacation, every little milestone of our kids growing up, it's all living right there, literally in the palms of our hands. But let me ask you a very serious question. Picture this. If you dropped your phone in a lake today, or, I don't know, left it on the roof of your car before driving off, would those memories actually survive? For far too many people out there, the answer is a terrifying no. The visceral fear of losing a device and all those unbacked up photos is so real. But hey, there is an ultimate relief to this anxiety, and that is exactly what we're focusing on today.
So, welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here because today our main goal is to completely demystify cloud backups. We're going to lock down and secure your digital libraries so that no matter what happens to your physical hardware, your memories remain perfectly safe and instantly accessible. All right, let's dive right into this. Here's a quick look at our roadmap. First up, intro to cloud storage, then the benefits, a step-by-step backup guide, managing your storage, troubleshooting, and finally, privacy and final thoughts. Okay, Section 1, Intro to Cloud Storage. So where do our photos actually go when they leave our phones? The term cloud storage might sound kind of magical, like your photos are literally floating in the sky, but it's highly practical. It is simply a remote network of servers where your data is securely stored and maintained by a company. The crucial takeaway here is that you access it via the internet, rather than relying on the physical, local hardware of your device. It completely removes the physical limitations and, honestly, the physical risks of your actual phone. But here is a massive point of confusion. It's incredibly easy to mix up device storage, which is the fixed, physical microchips inside your iPhone or Android, with cloud storage, which is that remote space you use for syncing and backups. Providers like Dropbox constantly point out this confusion. I mean, we've all seen that dreaded storage full pop-up, right? Well, you have to know which storage it's actually talking about. Moving on to Section 2, why back up your photos? Why should we even rely on these remote servers in the first place? Well, protection against losing your data is definitely the main driver, but ease of access and cost matter a lot too. If we compare the major free tiers out there, you've got Google Photos offering a really generous 15 gigabytes, though keep in mind that 15 gigs is shared across your Gmail and Google Drive too. Then you have Apple's iCloud and the privacy-focused Keeper Circle, which both offer 5 gigabytes for free. But check out Amazon Photos. If you're already paying for an Amazon Prime membership, you actually get unlimited full-resolution photo storage included. That is a huge, game-changing benefit if you're someone who takes a ton of pictures. Let's get into Section 3, Step-by-Step Backup Guide. Now that we know the why and the where, let's cover exactly how to set this whole thing up. If you're Team iPhone, the process is incredibly streamlined right inside your device settings. Step 1, just open your Settings app and tap your name at the very top. Step 2, tap iCloud and then select Photos. And Step 3, simply turn on the Sync This iPhone toggle. Literally, that's it. Once that's on, iCloud automatically uploads every single photo and video you take in its glorious original format without you having to lift a finger. Now, switching gears to Android, or even for you iPhone users who just prefer Google's ecosystem, setting up Google Photos is just as easy. Open the Google Photos app and tap your profile picture up in the top right corner. Then tap Photos Settings, followed by Backup. Finally, just flip that backup toggle to on. And you know what's fantastic here for Android users? You can actually dive into a menu called Backup Device Folders to specifically pick and choose if you want your downloaded images or maybe your screenshots saved to the cloud too. Super customizable. And hey, if you're more of a Microsoft or Dropbox fan, the paths are very, very similar. In the OneDrive app, you just head to Settings, then Camera Upload. In Dropbox, you navigate to Account, then Camera Uploads, and Allow Access. The ultimate goal across all of these platforms is exactly the same. Get that automated camera roll upload running quietly in the background so you never have to think about it. All right, Section 4, managing your cloud storage. Because let's face it, once you turn those automatic backups on, your free tier is inevitably going to fill up. So here's how to manage that space. When that free space runs out, you're going to have to look at the paid tiers. And the pricing structures between the big guys are a bit different. iCloud is incredibly cost-effective if you just need a small bump, offering 50 gigabytes for just 99 cents a month. Google Photos actually bypasses that completely and starts its paid tier at 100 gigabytes for $1.99. But then both of them jump to $2.99 a month for 200 gigabytes.
But wait, here is an absolute actionable game changer for Apple users who are trying to manage their physical phone storage. Inside those iCloud Photos settings we just looked at, there's a setting called Optimize iPhone Storage. By checking this box, Apple stores your massive, full-resolution original photos safely up in iCloud, but it keeps these smaller, space-saving thumbnail copies locally on your phone. It literally instantly frees up local space on your device while keeping all your visual memories totally accessible whenever you scroll through your camera roll. Section 5. Troubleshooting common backup issues. Because, let's be honest, technology isn't perfect, and setting this up can sometimes cause headaches, specifically the dreaded duplicate photos issue. If you have ever dealt with duplicates, you know exactly the pain I'm talking about. One user on a multi-cloud forum recently vented, saying removing each one individually would take days, and this issue has now ruined my online albums for sharing with friends and family. It is just incredibly frustrating to end up with thousands of identical photos cluttering up your beautiful timeline. So, why on earth does this happen? Well, the underlying tech is actually pretty fascinating. Cloud services use something called cryptographic duplication. Now, I know that sounds like a mouthful, but basically, they scan a unique digital signature, called a hash, for every single file you upload. If you try to upload the exact same file twice, the system recognizes the hash and just skips it. But, and here is the absolute crucial point, if a photo has its metadata altered in any way, like if you change a timestamp, edit the color slightly, or if it was processed by old software like Picasa, that hash changes. So the cloud system looks at it, sees it as a brand new file, and uploads it again, creating a really annoying duplicate right next to the original. Which brings us to Section 6, Final Thoughts and Privacy. Understanding how these systems read your files actually leads us perfectly into how they treat your personal data. It's a classic trade-off between features and privacy. Google Photos, for example, offers incredible, lightning-fast, and powerful search capabilities. I mean, you can search by face, location, or even an object like dog or beach without ever tagging anything yourself. But that convenience requires extensive server-side AI analysis of your photos. Neither Google nor Amazon Photos offer end-to-end encryption. On the flip side, services like Keeper, Circle, or Apple's iCloud, specifically when you turn on their optional advanced data protection, they prioritize strict encryption. That means your photos aren't being scanned by AI to build profiles on you. So, it's really up to you to decide which approach fits your family's needs the best. And that brings us to a very important disclaimer we absolutely have to mention. Always, always secure your login credentials and regularly review your app privacy settings. Whether you choose a platform that scans your data to give you cool features or one that locks it all down with encryption, the security of your personal data ultimately starts with you having strong passwords and turning on two-factor authentication. And that pretty much illustrates the entire landscape of backing up your mobile photos. So I want to leave you with this one provocative question to think about. What step will you take today to protect your digital memories? Seriously, take 5 minutes right now to turn on those automated backups. And please, consider sharing this explainer with a friend or family member. You might just save them from the total heartbreak of losing years of unbacked photos. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.